Thank you very much, Chairman Mann, and members of our subcommittee for, I think, this important, timely hearing. It's important that we have people who are where the rubber meets the road, so to speak, talk to us about the state of the livestock industry throughout the country and the regional impacts that we're all feeling with the challenges that we've had in the last several years, especially with the high-path avian flu and in the poultry industry and the dairy industry, and how we've tried to address that. So it's important that we have that conversation here today. But let me also say that this follows on the backdrop of the President's announcement of tariffs pending with regards to Canada, Mexico, and Canada, Mexico, and China being implemented today. And for those of you who I've served with, I've had the privilege to serve with over the years, what I say is not new. I've never been a fan of tariffs, regardless if it's a Democratic or Republican administration. I just think that they're a tax on American consumers, they're a tax on producers, and everyone has leverage in that game. And by the way, I remember being a part of the effort to rebrand NAFTA, NAFTA 2, or the United States-Mexico-Canada Accord, which was at the time when I voted for it and supported and on a bipartisan fashion, heard that it was the greatest, best trade deal ever known to mankind. And my gosh, if that were the case, tariffs on two of our biggest trading partners, Canada and Mexico. By the way, it's subject for review next year. They not only are our top trading partners, but I'm looking forward to hearing witnesses comment about their view, because our fragile food supply chain, as I have always said, as a third-generation farmer in California, started off in the dairy business, my family did, know how to milk cows and a few other things, are, I think, witnessed by the impact that we've seen that food, as I always say in every committee hearing, is a national security issue. It is. Majority of Americans, I don't necessarily think about it because they go to the grocery store and all the food in the world's there and their favorite fast food or restaurants. But it is a national security issue, an international security issue, as we've seen Russia weaponize grain in this Ukraine war after their attack. So today we're going to hear from producers on how fragile our food supply is. We cannot take it for granted. We had experiences, all of us did, during the COVID-19 pandemic that demonstrated how fragile our food supply system is and how emergencies like the pathogenic avian flu can impact industries across the nation, especially our poultry and dairy industries. As I reflect today, I'd be remiss not to mention the continued challenges from producers in my district as they have concerned about terminations of critical civil service staff within the United States Department of Agriculture's Ag Research Service, Natural Resources Conservation Services, the Animal Plant and Health Inspection Services, APHID, and much more. This includes firings of people who were working on avian flu response, trying to help producers recover while dealing with preventing the next pandemic. This administration now is trying to figure out how to hire those workers back. I think that's evidence that even they know that it was misguided and poorly timed. This continues to be a grave concern in my district and constituents. Let me give you some other examples quickly, and I'll allow our witnesses to tell us what they want us to know. We've had delays in payments from the Emergency Livestock Program, helping producers impacted by the high-path avian flu. In California, only 1% of our dairies have received their payments in California. That's not right. Delays in payments for conservation services, leaving farmers in question as whether or not they want to move forward with key projects to help sustain themselves and equip programs and the like. Delays in key research that requires 24/7, such as those at USDA Ag Research Services. These are things that I'm hearing from my constituents here, and you couple that with the issue of the potential impact of tariffs and mass deportation And I can tell you in farm country in California, folks are concerned. The testimonies today that we're looking forward to hearing will talk about investing in the next generation's workforce. It's critical that we retain the talented people in the United States Department of Agriculture to ensure resilience and security of our food supply chain. I'd like to submit for the record concerns I've heard from my district, Mr. Chairman, about the delays in this funding, if that will be accepted. Without objection, thank you. California continues to be, as you know, the largest ag-producing state in the nation, $58 billion last year at the farm gate with over 300 commodities. I have the honor and privilege, along with my other colleagues in the Valley, to represent parts of Fresno and Tulare County, two of the top ag-producing counties in the state and in the nation. We're proud of that fact, like you're proud, Mr. Chairman, of your production in your home district as well. And so trade will continue to play a role in this Congress, and I look forward to working with my colleagues in a bipartisan, comprehensive effort on trade agreements and getting a bipartisan farm bill, as you stated on the outset, and we need to get that work done here this year. And I'll look forward to hearing the testimony. Thank you very much.